its full potential. Usually you play it on 1, but you still go for dagger in the old builds.
So it's going to be Carl mid on the Razor, and so they decide to send Leshrac mid.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Sorry, we had some fusion practice. No.
Oh, it's not ready yet.
Yeah. Soon.
Next
TM.
game. Next game. Who you got?
Who you got?
You just said TM.
No, I said soon TM.
Oh, soon TM. I'm going T1.
Prepare for battle.
I sense a connection between us. Ah!
Yeah, will do. But not when I'm on
2?
camera, because I'm camera shy.
Camera shy?
Yeah, so
Okay,
I have to wait until the camera's gone. Okay,
you. All
now
right,
I can
there you
talk about Dota. Why did I go for T1?
Do you camera shy?
I just think picking this tiny into a timber saw is a risky affair. Like, once you get this hood on the timber saw, it's going to be so incredibly hard for anyone of them to kill it. Phantom Lancer is somewhat answered by the Leshrac, but he's still going to have a potential to go out of control. Of course, the Nyx Assassin just counters pretty much all of their cores.
Yeah, I'm worried about if they give too much time to 23 on this Phantom Lancer. I'm a lot more confident with him on this hero than many others. But also, the lockdown's there for T1 with the Nyx Assassin, with both their supports, really. And I think if Timber goes untouched, he could have a really, really good game.
Yeah, once again, I think their draft is a little bit superior. Maybe like 60-40. It's just the play of TNC that might be too much for T1 to handle. But if you have a draft like this, like, you got to be able to execute.
Begins.
Right.
You're a major attendee, and you were what, 4th or 3rd in the first season. Like, you gotta play to a certain standard, right? So yeah, like, show me something, T1. Show me something. I've been a long-time supporter. Season 1, I voted for you every game. I've been disappointed many times in Season 2 as well. But it's gotta stop at some point. It's gotta stop the top.
Yeah, so T1, they were 3rd in the last season. And they went 5-2.
Yes.
Like, they're already at 1-2.
If they lose now, it's already worse than Season 1.
It's already worse than Season 1, and you've got 3 teams already at 3 wins. Like,
Pious.
It's going to be tough for you. And those are, you know, one of those teams is Boom that already beat you.
Yeah, it is probably tough affair. If they lose this game, even getting to a tiebreaker is going to be incredibly difficult.
Has been killed.
If at all possible.
Yeah, Boomy sniping the courier of Zephyr.
3 over.
Alright, this lane is all about just getting Timber sorted out with 3 without him dying. Once that's achieved, he's pretty much unkillable. Until Lesh is level 6 and maybe rotates.
I think the lane's fine. They're all right.
You mean for Timber?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's a free lane for him. Tiny will never be able to threaten him.
Is it free enough for Zephyr to move?
Yeah, for sure. Especially once there were 3 hits.
Okay.
There's no reason for Zephyr to even stay there. Like, you won't be able to really assert too much pressure. Maybe you can pull a little bit, but the pull right now is actually not blocked. Timber level 3, you leave. Probably just to check runes, make the life of Leshrac hard, which is the hard counter to your PL. Make sure the PL is having a good game.
Yeah, get him to a point where he can deal with the counter pick of this Leshrac.
You could potentially just even try lane top as soon as the Timber's 3.
It wouldn't be worth going the different build that players have been trying on the Phantom Lancer, right?
Which one is that?
It's like the Aether Lens, Octarine Core with the Shard.
I mean, it usually comes as like 4th or 5th item. It's still decent in this game as well. Just because it adds another layer of gameplay. Ooh, it's a lot of damage.
Fire's not cookie, but got the Spike Carapace back on that. So he's got a wand on 23. He should feel relatively safe with that wand.
For sure. Like, Bristol should not ever be able to kill his PL. He can get the goo stacks off if he chooses to skill it with Doppelganger. Sticker's gonna keep him very survivable.
Now you've got Cuckoo at level 3, so he's got level 2 into the reactive armor. His regen feels quite nice. You move back Zephyr. We'll see where Zephyr goes from here. If he still wants to come back to his bottom, maybe make a move. Even, I would say, top.
Top lane can definitely die. 23 though, sitting a little low right now. Might need some healing salve from Whitemon, who is currently also rotating there.
Radiant's
courier
courier has been killed.
So loses that courier, and I took a look over at 23. He was given a salve. He had popped that wand, and he was still down at about half health.
Yeah. All you want as PL from this lane is get level 6 somewhat unscathed, and then you just go to the jungle. Farm there. We'll see if he chooses to go into the hood.
Ooh, land the impale
nice
from the
stun.
high ground,
But no
but
problem.
nothing doing.
They just want to take the runes away.
Spike Carapace, alright, Fire Snap Cookie. Now Zephyr's caught. He might just be first blood. Got the Lightning Storm trying to get that last hit. Salve used, he's still dead.
How
much damage was that? Because right, he did like 80 damage per hit.
Yeah, the little Shredder taking away that armor.
No.
That's unfortunate. Like, yeah, he uses the salve. He's got Tranquils now, so it's not like the worst thing in the world, but now you're giving first blood over away to Armel, which for Carl feels a little bit bad.
Yeah, it certainly feels bad for your mid laner because he was doing quite well for himself on the Razor. Now it's gonna be a little rough. Just in general, Leshrac is really good against Razor. Oh, they don't have enough damage.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Why does Lash feel good against Razor? Because you have a lot of overtime magic damage, and you don't care about the Link too much. You can run him down with Edict plus Pulse Nova, no problem.
At minus 43 damage, not a lot at the moment.
Yeah. They
Link,
picked
though,
Razor into the Lash, correct? I believe so.
Yeah, because Razor was the last pick.
Yeah.
Gets his bottle refilled. It's gone 2-3 right now, so static Link at level 3.
Nope.
With the proper lockdown, like, they can make plays happen for sure. I wouldn't even be surprised, again, if they go up towards top and maybe look for box.
Yeah, I'm surprised that the Nyx isn't helping up a bit more. Pulse Nova online. Stun connect.
Yeah, Carl in a lot of trouble. Will try to TP and stops it.
Two-legged abomination. You are
He would have been
dead.
dead if we just chased him.
Dead.
But Armel stopped his ultimate thinking he would just TP out. So he kind of mind gamed him there.
Yeah, and
But he would have
stay
died
lane.
for sure. Yeah. He would have died.
And now
100%.
he gets to use the Eye of the Storm.
Yeah. He's just using it to push out lane, farm a bit more efficiently. And Zephyr trying to control the rune. In fact, both supports are there to control the rune. And it gets double damage. Razor doesn't like ED too much.
Radiant's middle tower is
I
under
need to
attack.
pick it up. Where
Okay, very picked up. It wasn't the best rune for Razor anyways. Stomach that loss? Well, they have to anyways.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Only 2,500 gold, and quite honestly, Carl,
Dire's top tower is
bottom of the
under
cores.
attack.
I'm surprised Razor is struggling as much as he is. Shouldn't be a tough lane for him. Until 6. Right, at first got really giving a good golden fusion to Armel.
Yeah.
Who will have to itemize into BKB in this game eventually. Against Nyx, there's just no other way around. PL going straight into the diffusal. Foregoing the hood.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind if he went the other way around. Hood into the diffusal, or even, I would hope, maybe a hood at some point, right?
I mean, hood is super value. They have Snap, Rubik, Tiny, and Lash. So hood would be pretty game-winning item potentially even.
Is it alright if it's on the Timber?
Pulse
Nova,
Nova.
23 on the run, Hex. That might keep 23 alive, but Armel's so fast.
Why is he so fast? Wind
He's
Blade?
moving at 390, trying to chase 23, and he's dead. Whitemon drops too.
The Wind Blade is really giving him all the movement speed in the world. 390. He's 65 faster than the PL.
Yeah. And now he's just going to farm the jungle.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. In this case, killing his friends to get more money. Just like you would do in war.
Where are they? Neutrals?
Neutrals, yep.
Static link, guy with Storm. He'll die to the plasma field.
Armel's dead too.
Turn around on Armel, who gets stunned. Spike Carapace. He's able to kill Carl. Almost staples there anyway.
The neutral creeps actually sabotaging the Razor so much. The Eye of the Storm hit exclusively neutral creeps. If that's on the ledge, she dies way faster, and there's no casualties. But Carl moving a little too close to the neutrals. A little bit unfortunate for him.
So Cuckoo has the hood.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So yeah, Phantom Lancer will skip it. Cuckoo's picked it up.
You need it as Timber this game for sure. PL can sometimes skip it, but like if there was a game to justify it, I feel like this is the one.
Right.
So much magic damage. And now you see the saying that I just said. Definitely true there. Neutral creeps helping out quite a bit for TNC. They weren't even asked to join, you know, they just came.
Yeah, I think the plasma field ends up pulling them all.
Yeah, and Pulse Nova also. I think Armel killed like 2 heroes and got a bunch of the creeps too. Another pause by T1. And another!
So the pause comes out. You've got Leshrac top the net worth. 23, despite the fact he died. I think he's having an okay game.
For sure. And he is really the guy we're looking at to carry this game.
I think the one to... There's not really one to worry about. Everybody's pretty even overall. It's just the difference in the Rubik.
I think this Leshrac might look really big now, but one easy carapace setup and he can die.
Yeah, as we saw. But obviously the damage got mitigated by the neutrals. Yeah. Otherwise he would have died immediately.
And once that PL is online with the Diffusal Blade, you will also have to worry about mana problems on the Leshrac. You get mana burned, you get Diffusal Blade burned.
And then, you know, what you're really hoping for if you're T1 is a quick 6 on the Nyx Assassin, so he can set that up for you.
Yeah. Which is why they're now giving him the mid lane.
Giving him the mid, I would expect the Tome too. He's only level 4.
How about the Lion? Also level 4, but he's getting top lane right now. We'll have to see how they looks like.
At this point, I just think, yeah, the burst damage is nice, but the Nyx is going to set up for you quite a bit.
No,
Yeah.
and he buys it.
So he'll have that Tome come out. He'll hit level 6. I'm looking over at Cuckoo, who's
Radiant's
got the
bottom
hood.
tower
About
is under
600 gold
attack.
saved up. I know they nerfed the flamethrower.
Yeah.
But is it still worth getting?
Radiant's bottom
It's
tower
still a
is
pretty good
under
axe shot, I
attack.
think. It's just, as always, big investment for the gold. Unless you're really snowballing, always hard to justify it. Probably this game is just going to be looking to frontline for his team
Radiant
more.
are scanning.
Maybe get into the Greaves eventually.
Yeah. Greaves, Pipe.
Maybe he'll pick up the Shard from the second Roche if it doesn't go to the PL.
So they're coming over smoked. They are going to let the Nyx Assassin lead on this. They implement Vendetta Shot as well as the stun. Whitemon ready to go with another spike. Stay in front of him, and they'll get the quick kill on the bot, but Cuckoo is dead. Kisses all coming in. So the Avalanche toss and the split earth with Pulse Nova.
3 heavy magic damage heroes. Even though you have a hood, nowhere near enough.
Dire's bottom tower
He couldn't
is
even
under
activate the
attack.
hood. That's how fast he died.
So do you just go straight
are fortified.
Pipe?
It's gotta be either Pipe or Hood. I believe he just bought a magic booster. Or energy booster. They gotta make sure that someone keep his
Dire's
Timber alive,
bottom
because he's
tower
gonna be
is
a
under
lot of the
attack.
damage in team fights.
Bottom, and they've got a lot of TPs coming through. They're gonna look to get the kill here on Armel and maybe Gabby. The Avalanche comes in, and that's gonna lock the Razor for a moment. Fire snap, Cookie, finger blowing up Boomy.
Dire's
boom.
middle tower is under attack.
I feel that kind of sums up T1 in the last couple of games. They're always reacting, but very slowly. As the TPs come in, they're already disengaging. Sure, they get a snapfire kill, but for 5 people rotating, is that really worth it? Probably
Well, they
not.
have the defusal, so maybe they'll set up for something more.
PL is still big. That was the saving grace right now.
Smoke's gonna get broken here. 23 needs to be careful. Avalanche toss, he got him. Doppelganger on the run.
Radiant's
Able there.
bottom
23 just
tower is
gets
under
knocked
attack.
out.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Again,
Dire's
Could.
structures
Would have probably
are
saved them there.
fortified.
it's a very aggressive item build, and now it's up to 23 to really make it work.
Yeah, he's still not too far behind from the Leshrac. He's ahead of the Tiny,
Radiant's
but he
bottom tower
needs
is under
to
attack.
shut it down. Because we've seen it time and time
Dire's
again.
middle tower
Blink Dagger
has
picked up for the
fallen.
Tiny. You get a couple of kills, you snowball out of control, and then the other team just can't deal with how
Don't mind if I
tanky this
do.
Tiny becomes.
Yeah. This game, at least, they have a Timbersaw who will always scale good against strength heroes. So tankability of the Tiny should never really be the biggest issue.
Echo Saber next.
I do think they're gonna remove or at least nerf the strength talent, though. Tiny. Why does he get 10 strength on top of 3.8 strength per level?
At level 10.
That's a lot of strength. He's sitting at 2.1k health with 1 soul ring and 1 wand.
Yeah.
Well, I guess he has
Dire
press
are
too.
scanning.
More than the Timber Saw with plus 200
Radiant's
health now.
bottom tower is under attack. Radiant
And an Ironwood tree.
structures are fortified.
Nobody even actually comes close on T1 to the health.
And he's a big boy, chunky boy.
Look at this tier 1.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom
There.
tower has fallen.
Making sure that 23 can some more space to himself. And I believe he is now going into the hood. Yeah, he is. He just bought the cloak.
Let's see if they react top because they've used the Vendetta. They want to find something.
This Roche will die fast if they don't
Yeah,
respond.
they need to really get here. And the problem is they've got a sentry ward right outside the pit. So even if he steps over, he might get spotted.
They're not aware at all.
Yeah, Spike Carapace walks in, walks out. Spike Carapace hits onto the Leshrac as well as this Bristle, but they put down another sentry. Zephyr in trouble, gets out of the range of it. Fire Snap Cookie sends Gabby back.
Roche is
They need to
getting
make
low.
something happen. Timber Chain over. Roche as well. This might actually work out well for T1 if they can clean up these heroes, but the Mortimers gets this down to the Cuckoo. Now they focus their attention on the Tim. 23 trying to get in, but he never makes the move fully through. Use that finger to blow up one. They'll buy back on the Rubik. They take out Boomy. They look over at Baku's out of mana, and they'll also steal the static link. However, these heroes out of mana aren't really effective to defend against T1, and this is a Roche down to 1200 health. T1 are just leaving.
They're not in a position to fight. The 2 tanky cores are too low health.
Can you just give this up, though? It's got no health. Could you have taken it yourself?
The thing is, you already made quite a lot of impact happen because you killed a bunch of heroes. Some heroes had to buy back. So giving up the Roche wouldn't be the worst, but they're still trying to fight for it either way.
Roche starting to heal up, 1700 health. Now 1500. There they go, back into the pit.
Tough position to be in. 700,
Chakram,
500.
Timber Chain, he's gonna pick it up. Amazing stack by Cuckoo. He's got it. There's Zero Spike coming through, and they've got another some of the impale landing on both Gabby. The world's lost. Timber Saw doing a lot here to get the kill on Armel. They'll take out Boomy. 2 heroes down on the side of TNC. They'll focus their attention on the Gabby. 23 moving in. He's got the Doppelganger with the help from the rest of the team, and they should be able to take out the Tiny and look for more. Bach on the run. Cuckoo trying to maintain that Aegis. They've got the impale. They have the lockdown confirmed, and they'll get the kill confirmed too. Triple kill for Cuckoo, and that's T1 taking the driver's seat in this game.
And now they're going to see all the ancients as well. How did that happen? Like, the Lash was in the pit alone, right next to the Roche. Timber had to walk inside to get it. You can see it in the replay again. It was a massive misplay by Armel. Just look at it. How can that happen? It was there for quite a while. I think he just didn't have an item slot. Massive blunder,
Radiant
gets
are
taken out
scanning.
after as well. If the Lash gets the Aegis, the fight looks completely different.
100%. Because if he dies full health, full mana, these heroes are low on T1. Would have blown up.
That is a massive blunder, really. Sometimes it happens, but some blunders are bigger than others. It was definitely potentially what they'll look back at and be like, damn.
That's a game-changing blunder that allows Phantom Lancer, who also did pick up the hood. So he's gone and picked up a hood as well.
Yeah. He's getting really big now as well. Once he has the St. Joshua online, health region is going to be very high. Good amount of damage thanks to the refusal. And he is going into the chart after that, as well as the Octarine core.
People's Gift is the first neutral there for the side of T1. Fire Step Cuckoo, alright. Stun minus armor. Cuckoo hit with the Fade Bolt, pops the Blade Mail.
He still has Aegis though.
And Chakra.
Oh, that's the best spell to steal actually. Good timing there by Tim's. I just hope I get proven wrong.
I think they're gonna smoke. Yeah, okay.
Like I always see this Rubik, you know, he's just a Rubik. Like never really feels super impactful or anything.
It's been a while since the Rubik's felt massively impactful.
It really has been.
And this is a hero that used to get first picked and do so much. So they have a Blink Dagger.
They're ready to fight
the bounding smoke gets broken. There's the Avalanche, but the Hex comes through. Gabby in trouble. Minus armor. Wheels up in the air. Finger takes out Swoomy, but they still lose Carl. 23 moving in, trying to get the damage out. Post Nova doing a lot of damage on the 23. He needs to be careful. They're going to get the kill on Mel. They'll end up trading 2 for 2. Chaka putting out front to Rubik. They still gotta go for this. Avalanche, Doppelganger onto the low ground with the 2-man Impale. Cuckoo maintaining his ground. The stolen Impale hits on 2. Down goes Zephyr. They'll take out the Aegis. 23 back into the fight, but he's not dealing with a lot of health here. Doppelganger now starting to run. Attention from Cuckoo goes out onto Tim's. Tim's is out of mana. Got a blue stab, but the Chakram, there it is to get the kill. Ends up being a 3 for 3.
And that's the power of the Aegis coming into play, of course. Cuckoo dying. But second time, will not be so lucky. It's
close
getting to the point where T1 is getting really damn tanky. Hoods on 3 heroes, and the longer this game goes, the harder it's gonna get for TNC.
Hoods on 3 heroes.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a good effort at the end by the Rubik, stealing a good Impale, getting a massive Impale on the 2 on the back line. You can see in the replay again.
Yeah, watch this set up. Spike, Impale, Telekinesis, stolen Impale, boom, right back.
That was super good, the stolen Impale. Still ends up dying to the respawn Timber.
And 23 can't really do anything.
Nah, he needs to St. Joshua. So the problem is, when these heroes are out of mana, right? This Bristol, this Tiny, they have so much base armor that PL is basically just tickling them. Like, he's not there to deal damage, he's just there to take away the utility. And then the big damage dealers are both the Razor as well as the Timber.
Would you like to see maybe some lifesteal here for the Phantom Lancer?
Potentially later. I mean, he's still working with the Possessed Mask, but
yeah,
I like his itemization quite a bit. He's going to get the Yasha for efficiency reasons, and then the Sage on top of that.
And then the Octarine Core, Shard.
To get all that health region. And then the Shard Octarine Core, I'm never too sure how good it actually is. I've seen it be very useful, and I've seen it just completely fall flat. Because it's still a 5+K investment.
They have 4 hoods.
Where's the 4th one?
Nyx.
Oh, he actually has a hood as well. And 2 fluffy heads.
Avalanche toss. Doesn't kill
him.
Zephyr. But they've got everybody coming in. Cuckoo here with the Telekinesis. He's trying to Timber Chain away. The Whirling Distance on a box. Stolen Timber Chain. Not going to catch up to Cuckoo. The Earth Spike doesn't land.
Yeah, Tim's cosplaying Patch here, thinking Timber Chain is a hook. Happened so many times to me as well. And Timber, so I'm like, yeah, I got you. No. I ain't Patch.
That would be an interesting, like, Ags.
But instead of hooking him, you hook onto him. That would be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it goes the other way.
Yeah.
Then if Patch hooks you and you hook him.
You mean the middle.
Well, not really, because we will go to fuck either way.
Hex out, Chakra right at top. They're trying to catch him. They've got the spike characters. But the avalanche toss and whatever kisses all coming through. They're going to kill the Carl. He's dead immediately. They'll take out bot. He'll buy back. He's got T1 to go to. Doppelganger away from 23. They're trying to get the kill on the Cuckoo, and they'll chase. He should be dead to rights. I say that though, and he's got Timber Chain getting the high ground. And he is gone. Dead to rights only matters if you can kill him.
Chakram was like a millisecond on cooldown. He couldn't throw it out because he got cookied. I think he would have killed the Timber. But of course it was like split second decision making. Yeah. It's always difficult in Dota. And it's also very hard to communicate this kind of thing. Like, no, don't cookie me, I'm gonna kill him. No.
23 almost has this shard. Ags being built for the Snapfire.
Yeah, getting bigger.
For the Gobble and Spit Up.
Little filthy big hop. He has a nether shawl and a hood. Yeah.
-3 armor.
He's sitting at 21 -1. That is pretty impactful. I can't believe they didn't touch his item yet.
The armor is so minuscule.
Yeah. On any hero that loves to carry it. Like imagine morphing with 40 armor. Oh, okay.
-3, oh no.
Well, that's a lot. Almost 10%.
So,
shot online on the PL now. That means bounty. Bounty lands. -3 seconds cooldown. Talent also taken. 4 seconds cooldown on the lance.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
3 moving forward.
Hitting the tower. Throw the lances. Left struck. Now this is a power spot. BKB picked up. He has to whip to stick onto targets. The question is just, does he have enough damage through all these hoods?
4 of them.
Gabby
finds Carl. Avalanche stuns up 2. He's trying to run. Plasma Fielder. Spike lands. They have caught Gabby. They have Gabby, and they will give him the finger as they put him in the grave.
Now, Carl's been very tip-happy in all of their games.
On an emotion.
Yeah.
Do tips equal emotion, or are they just dead?
It depends on the person. Some people get really mad when they get tipped.
Vendetta. Bach.
Tough kill. No TP. Follow up yet. I know if you tip Artesian Pups, he's going ham. Like, why the fuck are you equipping me?
Plasma Field, Impale lands. Now he's out of mana. And can they get the body blocks? Don't even need it with the Yules. The Chakra right on top of box. I'll try to survive here, popping the wall to get some mana back, but he gets the kill.
Are you ever truly tanky against the Timber Solo?
No.
No.
Dire's bottom tower.
Unless you're an agi hero like PL.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
2.5.
Radiant structures are fortified.
One of the longer ones we've seen. And I wanted to see, is he actually gonna go? He is actually gonna go Octarinko.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
I'm intrigued. I've usually only seen his item after hard, but he's going Octarine before hard.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
As you adjust the glasses.
It's going to be a while until Snapfire has this axe. Gobble up to spit out.
Radiant
Snapfire axe, wow. Yeah.
Is that?
I haven't seen that in forever.
Worth it?
It's very pricey, that's for sure. But Boomy loves his axe. Even in game 1 as a +5 line he had it queued up.
Dire are scanning.
Maybe he's still in the mindset he's like mid. Oh, we get farm priority eventually.
Yeah. BKB picked up here for the Razor. That'll be delivered. Carl.
Now he's going to be very survivable. Has a haste as well.
And they might even just want to go. Impale comes out. Armel in trouble. Spike Plasma Field. There's the kill on Armel.
And this is why Nyx is so problematic for him.
Moves up into the air onto this Rubik. Draining his mana, telekinesis, throwing it over to the side. 2-man start, fires that cookie. This is falling apart. He's going to die too. And they're right on top of the bristle. They've got the Hex. And they'll get the kill. 4 heroes dead on the side of TNC T1. They will continue to move forward and march their way down mid.
Radiant's
like there's
middle
still
tower
some
is under attack.
fight in them left, huh?
Radiant structures
Finally making
are
it work.
fortified.
The draft is very good. There's no answer to the Timbers already. He's sitting at 9-1. And now PL is at the point where too much of a problem. They don't have damage anymore on the Radiant side. It's mostly magical. 4 hoods. Very good itemization all around. This might just be one of those slow bleed out games, you know? The game is not just over yet. Slowly and slowly.
Kisses, Avalanche, Toss, trying to make this happen with the BKB pop by Gabby. Carl down to about half health. The right click's coming in with Plasma Field. It looks like they'll get the kill at least onto the Razor. And now they're with the Whirling Death. They've got the lift on a Cuckoo. They'll get the kill on the 2. Sending some illusions over. And this is good timing. This is right when Roche is supposed to be back up. Armel, is he going to spot it? He realizes it's not up, walks out, but should recognize that it's almost the max duration.
There it is, the max duration, and they know. Razor, no buyback. And they overstaying their welcome a little bit again. Like, we have seen this in the past couple of games as well. T1 is making a good play, taking a good fight, but then they just overstay, have no cooldowns available, and end up paying dearly for it.
This is a big Roche to
It's
give
the
up.
second one, yeah.
Aegis, Cheese, Shard.
They're going to be fighting for it.
They've got the Sentry as well as the Observer. They'll send the illusions forward.
They need to fight for it.
They need to try and make their way into the pit.
Flash is out of mana completely.
Go over. 23 looking for the jump. Spirit Lance doing a lot here, trying to deter them. Gabby may be looking for the move, but he can't get on top of 23. But for the Avalanche over the pit, they've got the Earth Spike on a 1. Roche is about to go down, and they get the Aegis on a Gabby. They do nothing about it.
Radiant's bottom
Shot as well.
tower
They
is under
just
attack.
left it.
I'm very surprised they didn't try to pursue this a little bit more aggressively. Like, Flash had 100 mana. That means one pulse overtick, that's it. Not sure what they were afraid of, because Lash is like half of the damage output right now.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I think with a little bit of a more decisive call, they could have potentially at least stalled until the other 2 heroes are up,
Yeah.
and then take it for yourself.
Now they've got the Shard.
Yeah, a massive win for
Radiant's
TNC.
bottom tower
Aegis
is
on
under
the
attack.
Tiny. And
And he's building into damage. Daedalus. Bristol back, BKB, completed.
this is... I think the game just gets so much tougher for T1 now.
Yeah, it was 8k lead, now it's a 3k lead. Like, T1 just likes to make it difficult for themselves. Let's
Yeah.
put it that way. They don't like to play safe. They knew Roshan was about to spawn. The max timer was around the corner.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Still chose to play the risky style.
Giving it up like that just... It feels like there was so much opportunity there.
Most certainly agree with that.
For a team that likes playing high risk and staying too long, there at Roche, I felt like there was no attempt.
Yeah. Looks like they're... Oh, hold that thought, Timber saw.
Telekinesis, they're right on top. They've got Gabby here. Avalanche isn't enough damage. He's got that hood. Now, Split Earth and the toss. Kuku
What a
everything's away.
damage!
Rolling Death doing so much. Louis just dead. The illusion do so much.
He took 4 hits to half health with one combo.
Yeah, Timberchain back over. Chakram slows down Bach for a moment. The Spirit Lance passes over to Gabby. That's a big issue. They've got the Avalanche as well as the toss. It's out on the 23 to throw the finger. Can they get the first life out of his hands? Yes, they can. Telekinesis sets out under the Razor, but they're right up onto Gabby, who really needs to find his way out with the BKB. He'll try to TP. The damage isn't there, and he'll get out, but the Aegis has already been used.
Radiant's middle tower
Timber
has
saw
fallen.
is just such a thorn in their side. Eyes.
Eyes and something.
What hurts more? Actually, probably eyes, right?
Probably not. I believe
Radiant's
you can't
bottom tower is under attack.
feel punctures to your eyes.
Are scanning.
Really? If I poke it right now, it wouldn't hurt.
I want to say that's true, but I'm not a medical professional.
I'm not gonna poke my eyes.
Avalanche comes out with BKB being popped by Carl. They'll get the static link out onto the Tiny, and now the Fire's not quickly to try and break that link. They finally do. Bach turns around with his BKB, but it's running low. Spirit Lance is bouncing all over, trying to drain the mana of TNC's side as they take this tier 2 tower bottom.
Radiant's bottom
BKB's
tower
expended.
has fallen.
They can keep going.
PL, now the Octarine core finished. 3 seconds cooldown on the lands. We have been to a lot of cities. Pain City, Struggle City. Now it's Bounce City.
What else have we been to?
Lots of cities.
Toss City.
Toss City, yeah. There's a lot of cities in the world. Should go out and explore a bit more.
That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing right now.
Radiant are scanning.
Now the question is, if you're PL, do you actually still want the heart? Because you're never even close to dying.
Invisibility.
I guess then you will never, ever be close to dying. But do you need to double down on that, or can you just afford to get more damage?
Oh, go for it.
Go for the heart?
Yeah.
All
Never,
right.
ever.
Never, ever, never more.
Getting low at all. Link, Impale, Fable, Telekinesis all coming through on the Carl. They've got the Splitter and Firesnap peeking that turns up through. They've got the PK coming out from Gabby. Avalanche Sharks come through. They're going to Boomy though. They take another Sapphire. They end up trading for Zapper. On the high ground is Cuckoo. He's going to try and tip a chain away, and that's exactly what he does. Chakram right on top of Armel as they look over now at Bach. He's in trouble. Surrounded. Help from Tins. Doppelganger. 23 is not going to make the move in just yet. He'll send the illusions out as well as the Spirit Lance that bounces all the way over to Tins, and it should do it again, and it might even kill Tins on the run. There's the finger for the stack. They've got themselves the Earth Spike that lands on a box. He has no mana to work with and no health to work with, so he's dead too. 3 heroes gone. Gabby stuck in the pit and surrounded by the 2-1 side. He is a rock that will soon crumble, and he will crumble to 23.
I'm not doubting this item build anymore. The lances are actually ridiculous, how much damage they deal. The illusions that spawn a bit, how much damage do they deal? Plus 40%. They deal
Radiant's top tower
60% deal damage. For no cost, really. 3 seconds cooldown, 750 bounce range. It is kind of a ridiculous one.
I almost trust you.
But yeah, Stimbasaw. Potentially even dealing more damage in this PL. Like, he is absolutely shredding these tanky cores. Tiny and Bristol just have, as soon as the BKB is down, they just get shredded. Damage? Question mark? Where?
Emo? Question mark?
I'm very surprised they doubled down on the tiny last pick with all that magic damage they already had.
Right.
It's like, we have magic damage. What are we lacking? More magic. It's kind of the reason why Neon lost the last game of their series too. Because they went all magic damage. Gotta have a balance in your draft, just like in your diet, you know? You don't just want to eat protein.
Balanced breakfast,
Yep.
balanced draft,
Need some carbs, need some fats.
balanced board.
Yep. Balance in all things. Yin and yang. I be the yin, you be the yang. Or maybe vice versa. I'm definitely the black part, I don't know which one it is.
I just wanted to be Yang.
No.
Be a pro player.
I know you're going at that, but no. Not that easy. Gotta earn it, bro.
Blink Dagger next for the line. Heart almost 423. They've got the ads on the Sapphire.
They do. But how much is it really gonna change? This is one of the situations, you know, I've encountered them many, many times. You know that you're most likely never gonna kill this PL or the Timber. The slow bleeding death. It's like you took an arrow to the knee, but you can't do anything about it. Hospitals are all closed. Capacity. 5-man smoke, 4-man smoke, 5-man smoke. They're playing still decently aggressively, but still quite timid for the lead they have.
Yeah, 12k lead. Carl going over, trying to catch Gabby. This is the BKB. Blink.
Nice.
And
Does he get it?
he just can't weave through those trees.
Close. But again, it's like an 11k lead, but really how the game feels like it's like a 25k lead or so.
tower is under attack.
With how timid TNC are, and I mean even T1, yeah, it does feel like it's awesome.
So PL has 4,000 health now. Good luck killing him. The thing is, they have, I would want to call it burst
Radiant's
damage,
top
but
tower is under
it's really
attack.
mitigated by all the magic resistance he has. So they don't really have burst damage, and they definitely don't have sustained damage to kill this PL anymore. I feel like at this point he could almost 1v5.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Sounds harsh, but reality is often disappointing.
Spike Carapace, and recognizing that they have the Sentry Ward down because they steal the Spike Carapace. They'll move in with the Chakram. Bot
Radiant's top
maybe looking to
tower is
fight
under
here.
attack.
Dangerous decision that they might have to make. Carl moving forward. Bot in trouble. Now on the run, forced to pop the BKB.
Run. After on the prowl.
They find
caught out.
Booming. Force Stab not far enough away. Spirit Lance is there. Booming ends up dead to 23. We're going to continue for more of these Spirit Lances being thrown out. Carl maintaining the front line. Shows Booming the right on top of TNC. They get the kill with the Rubik. He's going to buy back. And now, with that buyback, they'll try to turn it. Gabby on the back lines. Take out Whitemon. He's got buyback too. BKB TV out from Gabby, but they're still on the high ground. Blade Mail pop. Hawk now turning it back, but he doesn't have that BKB available. Avalanche. Toss.
Never close.
Redstone popped, and now the turnaround. Actually, they threw him right into Armel, so he gets the Whirling Death off. Armel sitting a little bit low. He's got the BKB, but there's the Doppelganger. 23 not dealing with a lot of mana here. Might just back up and leave, but 23 gets another kill on a Tim with the Illusions, and he's dead for 75, considering the fact that he already bought back in this fight.
And he doubled down and went Eternal Shroud on PL as well. Just to get the additional mana, of course.
Conductor.
If that's worth 2,000 gold, and I don't even know anymore. This item build is crazy, it's weird. Back in my time, didn't even have Octarine Core. See the team fight again. Just Timber sort of stands there and he just looks at them. He eats all the nukes. And PL didn't even take more than 100 damage this entire fight. He's just killing them from the back lines. Timber standing in the front line. Like, how bad do you feel when you're Tims? You just die to illusions only.
Eat your base.
Like, he's faith bombing.
BKB popped by Carl going after Gabby. Fire Snap Cookie gets him some distance. Carl, though, pops his own BKB, uses the spider legs to get to the high ground.
Makes it out. BKB pop.
At this point, why not?
Roshan's back up. And they're not waiting for the Razor BKB. Probably at this point, it doesn't matter because they're just too tanky overall.
This is Zach's blessing, too.
Who's gonna get it? I'll give it to Timbersaw, probably. Or Lion.
I wouldn't mind it on line. How many stacks does Boy might have? 6.
Oh,
that's a decent chunk of stacks.
Yep. Or maybe even Nix is that. Oh, he's going into his own one. Just 100 gold away from it.
Give it a Whitemon. Supports need the love too.
I think Timber's gonna take it.
Oh, they gave it to Carl. But Carl? His backpack.
Alright,
still
siege
passes
buildings.
Oh, no, okay.
It's decent to siege buildings. It's good.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't have the best way to deal with buildings, and he's not going into the flamethrower.
I'm just a disappointed support.
Whatever. Get carried.
2, 3, and 6.
And Nix now has his own Axe Scepter. That means now we're going to Borrow City.
Blink City from Arm.
I mean, it would be much cuter if, kind of like in Pokemon, you know, Diglett. Like, he should have his head out like Diglett. He would just be looking around. That would be so cute, I think.
He evolves into Nyx Assassin Trio.
I mean, just look, imagine instead of the hole, you just have a head stick out.
Or just his eyes.
Or anything.
Yeah.
Except his spots.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Go for the top tier 2.
Yep. Their building damage is pretty limited because of the itemization on the heroes. But that's what the Razor Axe is for, which he used to farm nuclear creeps.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
24k lead.
Nothing really stopping them.
Yeah.
Yo!
So if 10k felt like 25k, 25k must feel like 100k.
I think that's a lot of gold.
I shall now push you.
Fresher Orb. Picked up by Razor.
Double
Eye of the Storm.
Eye of the Storm. On 2 targets.
Double BKB.
That can really burn through the armor very fast. I mean, I commend the fighting spirit of TNC, you know? But not every superhero movie ends with the heroes win.
Would this been would have been a good Ags game for Shrek? Nihilism is turning the Ethereal and all that. Oh, Gobble Up, spin out, Avalanche as well as the toss going after Whitemon, but he's going to survive. The Mortimer's Kiss is coming through, and they're not going to let him. BKB's being popped all around the horn. Baka will go for it. Baka, actually, they don't even care about Baka. They'll get the kill to Armel. Baka as well as TNC They weren't focusing on the Bristle at all. Gabby drops, Cool Hero is dead. Now on the Boomy, Cool Team White in favor of T1. They'll call GG and they'll even the series at 1 apiece.
Though as it was over like 20 minutes ago already.
Yeah, it became just a one-sided affair, and it's off that first fight, I would say, at the Roche pit. Yes, they gave up the second Roche, but that snatch by Cuckoo turned around
Should
the
have never
momentum.
happened.
No, it shouldn't have happened. He walked
Armel
into
was
the
in the pit alone. He definitely had like a good second to pick it up.
Yeah.
It never happened, and they couldn't recover from that mistake because they were playing a high-tempo lineup. Enemy team was very reliant on just building hoods. After that fight, they had 4 hoods. Sure, you can kill the Nyx Assassin, but where's the damage for the Razor, PL, Timbersaw? It's just not there. Amazing draft by T1. They finally managed to execute. Was about time. Can they repeat that though?
That's the question.
Like they disappointed a lot. At least there's something now.
Yeah, so they might be able to take this series, and that's the big question on our minds, the chat's minds, and the panel's mind. So back over to you guys to discuss it.
Think to save you after that, like you lose mana. It's not just that. You're playing into 3 mana burns. You're playing into Diffusal Blade, mana drain, and a mana burn from Nyx Assassin. It's very annoying. Like, you want these prolonged team fights. Without mana, you can't do it.
Yeah, this is one of the situations that you would probably wish you had a support that could maybe protect you a little bit better rather than a Rubik.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were going to say, you know, build 6 mana boots or what?
Sure.
Something.
Get an arcane
feed you
have
mangoes.
a bunch of mangoes,
Yeah,
shove it down your throat.
Just carry mangoes.
That would also be great.
They really missed that mango tree
Where's,
from before.
Just pick Coddle. Why is no one picking Coddle?
The more mana you have, that means the more damage you receive from PL and mana burn. So it could be a bit tricky. It's very hard to, like, you can't even itemize against that. Like, what are you going to get? You get a BKB, it goes down to 6 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, you could possibly get the Eternal Shroud, but then, again, you have more mana, it's going to get burned. Very annoying strat to play against.
Yeah, Radiance isn't something that anyone is picking up any longer versus the PL.
Bristleback tried to go for it, but has 1,000 gold. Maybe he needed it a bit earlier. And so many times I've seen them try to go for this Timbersaw kill. Cuckoo played extremely well. And a bit of a hard mistake, what I want to call it, where Leshrac goes inside a pit, does not make a slot to pick up the first Aegis, and Cuckoo steals it. This could potentially be a game changer, how the next 5-10 minutes should be played, and he doesn't get it. Like, he could potentially get 1, 2, maybe even 3 kills if they stick around him. Didn't happen.
It was a pretty critical mistake. Roches have been the downfall for many teams that think that they have an advantage, and even with the Snapfire, Bristleback, minus armor, it's still just not as easy. It's not like a Slardar.
It wasn't so fast, yeah. It wasn't so fast. It gave T1 a couple of opportunities to react. Like Timbersaw, he was pretty much the thorn in the eye of
I think they
TNC
needed,
that they
like,
talked about.
Tiny is also a hero that goes in, you know, use that combo, and he wants to reset, doesn't deal that much damage after. Even like with Daedalus, he's still, damage output is still very limited, gets kited. Potentially, you know, now that the game is over, I was thinking about getting Sven, where he like goes in and cleans them up in 2-3 seconds. You can't reset, and Timbersaw wants to do that. Phantom Lancer wants to do that as well. So maybe that could have been a better pick instead of Tiny.
But they had the Razor anyway. T1 one step ahead.
Sven outruns him. You know, Mask of Madness, 4 Cry,
Okay.
S and
Just
Y.
by 4
Potentially,
steps.
he's just
by 4 steps.
See ya.
No, definitely. The thing is, you can't really blame it only on the draft because TNC did manage to execute with something similar before. They like these slow-paced brawler, snowball-ish lineups that did work for them in the past. So maybe T1 just played a little bit better this time around. And that PL, there's always and that, and that usually means that the draft is really great.
And that leads us to our MVP of Cuckoo on the Timbersaw.
He was having a good time. Like, you know, I know that feeling when you like lose the first game, you're playing against the same opponents. The same goes for, you know, public games where you're matched against the same people. You get possibly tipped in game 1, even though Carl was collecting all the tips. But Cuckoo was feeling himself, you know, tipping him when Leshrac misplayed in the Roche pit and just continued to use the all chat voice lines. Just some good stuff, like good performance on this Timbersaw.
Well, T1 managed to convert a solid draft into a solid victory. Hopefully they can continue the trend and pick up another win and maybe make TNC the undefeated team bleed. But we need to figure out what happens in Game 3 before that happens. Quick break, and then we'll be right back.